Today we're going to take a look at the Wingsland S6 4K selfie drone. So it comes in this nice box, nice quality box too. So the one that I have, there's actually two versions. The first version has this mesh dotted grate up top, which was the prototype. The second version is actually the production model, which the production model has the GPS module mounted right up top there. The color that I have is the fresh orange. They do make a couple different configurations. You can see the silver, they make a black, a camo, a couple different colors. So you have some options there. It does come with a 1400 milliamp battery, which is 7.6 volts. It is a proprietary battery. It does have its own charger. So let's take a look and see what we got. So you see when we open it up, it's got some detailed pictures here of the accessories that are available for it. So you can get prop guards, boom boom gun that shoots, got a searchlight. It's also got the emoji display, and all of those mount right on top, right to those contacts there. And those are all controlled through the app. Take a look and see what we got here in the box. So we get this nice travel case. This is pretty cool. Keeps the S-Land protected, the S6 Wingsland. So this makes it easy to port around. Let's open it up and see what we got in here. So you see it sits in pretty nicely. It's got these rubber pads in here, and it gives you an arrow to let you know orientation, which way you put it in. This is going to keep the camera from getting banged around while it's being shipped and transported. This is just plastic, but this is rubber. Same thing back here for the battery also. So this guy is pretty light. This should fly pretty well. The motors are pretty strong too for such a small thing. So you got your GPS module on top. These contacts, that's for mounting those accessories that I showed you a few minutes ago. This is kind of like a vent. When you turn it on, there's a fan that kicks on. So that kind of lets the air go out to keep it from overheating. You get an LED flash in the front, kind of like cameras on cell phones. Yeah, this has that too. 4K camera in the front. These are actually LEDs. In the back, you get LEDs here. Also, those strips, believe it or not, those are LEDs in there also. The batteries aren't that expensive, so that's a plus. We flip it over on the bottom. You got your power button, which you hold that for 3 seconds, and this guy will kick on when the battery's in there. You got optical flow sensors, vision, which is another camera on the bottom. And these pretty much flip out, and they're solid. You know, they're not going anywhere. You got to use a little effort to get them to go, so they're not going anywhere. And you see right down here, kind of lock into place. You can hear that click. So we flip all these out. Got a micro USB port, so you can plug into a computer, update some of the firmware that's on here. It comes with a 16 gig micro SD card, which I think is pretty nice. Let's take a look. It's a SanDisk, and this is a class 10 card. So recording the high definition videos won't be a problem. If you look right here on the side, it's got your Wi-Fi ID, and then it also has your password, which you're going to need to get into the app. So we see these propellers. We can just flip those open. Let's see. And they kind of lock. Those lock into place. So those aren't going anywhere. Now I know they have another design on the propellers, which they kind of move around free. I don't know which design is better. I'll have to contact Wingsland and see if they can send me a set so I can compare the two. But for now, this is what we got. So we'll take a look at it. It's got these rubber foot pads too for landing. So it's got a cushioned land. That way you're not hitting anything on the bottom. I think that's pretty cool too. There's a really good quality here. It does have a small amount of weight to it, but nothing crazy for something this size. And then also in the box, let's pull this out. Alright, so it looks like we got some literature here. Then we take a look in the box. We have a tool to take the props off. That's made by them. USB cable, one battery, a full set of props, and then we have the charger. So let's pop it in and see what it does. So you push it in, you'll hear a click. You know it's in there. You hold this button, and then you'll hear the fans kick on. Take a listen. Then you want to set it down flat. So it's going to do is initialization, is going through the beeps, making sure everything is functioning correctly before we could go ahead and get into a flight. And if you see here, we got the lights in the back, which they're flashing because it's moving. So then we turn it around to the front, you got the green on front. So let me just go ahead and turn the Wi-Fi on my phone, and then we'll go ahead and take a look and see what we have in the app. Connect. So now I'm connected. So this is what the app looks like. There's an upgrade, so it's telling me to click to confirm. It's going to give you all your info here. So we're just going to go ahead and do the upgrade while we have it here. Alright, so let's see, we're at 100. It says flight control successful, confirm, exit app, and restart the aircraft in the app again. So I guess you want to have all this stuff set before you get ready to fly. So going back into the app. So the bottom half of the app is picture, top is video, but right now there's no function until Wingsland updates that. Okay? They do have a simulator, which if you click on that, this is exactly what you're going to see when you're actually using it, which is pretty cool because I can go through the stuff here so you can see exactly what it is. But instead, we're going to go to the actual app. Import, that function doesn't work either. I think that's something they're still working on also. So we click the little menu button up here. Guidelines, firmware update, support, quick start, update, history. So we click update again. You see we don't get that prompt because everything's current. Alright, so we're going to click the go fly right there. So now it's asking, are we flying with prop guards or without prop guards? We're flying without. And then it gives you the option of, are we flying indoor or outdoor? Which I think is pretty cool because it's going to change the height settings of when it first does the auto takeoff. So we're going to do indoor. Alright. So now you can see the camera's on. See? It's pretty good. Alright. So now you have the takeoff button, which if I hit that, it's going to say keep in mind, give you warnings, you continue. Once you hit that, that confirms and this guy will take off, which we're not going to do that right now. So I'm kind of close to a wall and some other things. Right? So now you see the controller is always highlighted. If you click off of it, then you can go into some of these other options. So if I go down here, that's how you control those different accessories that you tap on top. The bomb gun, the searchlight, emoji display. But I don't have those attachments, so I don't know if it's not working because of that, or that's another update that Wingsland has to release. So we click here, we got follow me and round point. I did try the follow me, it works kind of okay, could be better. Round point I haven't tried yet. Controller brings up your sticks. Okay. Now there are a few different control modes that we'll go over real quick. In your settings, beginner mode is always turned on because Wingsland hasn't updated standard mode yet. Okay. Course lock, it'll stay with the front of it. Head orientation will always be to the front. So regardless of where you go, you won't lose orientation knowing that you're that way. If you go home lock, no matter which way the front, which would be the camera, is facing, you can move any direction and it's only going to go. Wow, I just got kicked out. And it's only going to move in the direction that you're moving the actual drone. Alright, so we click this little setting here, motion sensitive. If I turn that on, I can hold the screen and I can control it by moving the phone. So it's going to go based off the gyro in the phone. All these settings can't change. Once again, that's something else that they gotta update. You can calibrate, which we'll go ahead and do that. Click calibrate. It says place on a level surface. Click yes. Rotate clockwise. So we're gonna rotate it, and we're gonna rotate it, and rotate it, and rotate it, and rotate it. Still rotating. Still rotating. Okay, so now it tells me keep it on the ground. So I think that's pretty cool. It gives you prompts of where you're at as far as getting it calibrated, which helps a lot because you know sometimes with different things you got to wait for a certain light sequence to happen. So I think the actual visual prompt is good that they do that. So you know, it's looking like a nice drone. While it's doing that, we'll take a look. Shows that we're connected to Wi-Fi. Flight mode, we have 0 satellites. Shows you signal strength of the Wi-Fi, and we're at 100% on battery. Finish calibrating, yes. Alright, so technically we're ready to fly. But we're not going to do that just yet. So you have some, wow, keeps kicking me out. That's something to be concerned about. You definitely don't want that to happen while you're flying. I don't know if it's doing that because I'm not actually flying or what, but that's not cool. So inside the building, I actually have 3 satellites, which I'm surprised I even have that. It gives you your orientation, which way you're facing as far as compass, height and distance. I don't know which or which. I don't know what V stands for. Maybe velocity, speed. This is auto land, return to home. You have your LED flash. Then you have your shutter button, which if you click this right now, we're on camera. That changes to video. That is a timed camera, so it'll count down. Alright, then we click this and we got some camera settings. Got to turn the sticks off first. So these are all your camera settings. You can go through and set how many megapixels, the style picture, your white balance, timestamp, exposure settings, single shot or burst. So I think that's pretty cool. You got a lot of settings for this thing. Same thing with video. Wow. Got a lot of options of what you can pick here. Anti-flicker, stamp, electronic stabilization. That's a nice one. View quality. So you can actually change your transmission speed to what you want it to be, which I'm assuming that's going to help with how quick is relayed back to the phone. So it looks like Wingsland really knows what they're doing here. It looks like they got a good device. Definitely good quality here. It's pretty solid. Get some flight video, and we give a good thumbs up to Wingsland. You know, we appreciate that. And they're also working on a controller from what I see from their website, so you won't have to just do it from the phone. So we'll be on the lookout for that. We're going to get some flight video. Thanks for watching, guys.
Hit that thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And hey, stay tuned for some more content, cause it's coming. You know who it is? CJ7.